And here is the pedal itself. As you can see, it has a beautiful abstract, you can't feel, but it is also a textured finish, which makes the pedal easy to grip, especially if you have sweaty fingers. We have M for mix, R for repeat, and D for delay, as well as a blue LED. The foot topper I added, it was not included in the pedal, as well as the rubber foot stopper. So those are additions. The pedal itself would not include those items. Very beautiful though. I will be playing my Harley Benton Les Paul clone with EMG 81 in the neck and an EMG 85 in the bridge, plugged directly into the Ideka Electronics delay, which is simply being powered by a 9-volt isolated power supply of 100 milliamps connected to a Big Shot ABY, a simple true bypass splitter, just simply to route it into my pedal baby. The microphone I'm using is also just the Apple iPhone microphone, so no special studio equipment used to record, simply just the phone. Here's the tone without the pedal engaged. And here is the tone with the pedal engaged. So I don't know if you could catch that. There's very rich trail off at the end there. It was very nice. Like here, let me just let that ring out for us again one more time, if you don't mind. It was the trail was perfect, and you're not losing any sustain at all, as you can see. Of course, I'm using a Les Paul, so the sustain is already, a Les Paul clone is a Harley Benton, but it's a Les Paul clone. The sustain is fine because of the beautiful bridge of this guitar, but you can see that, or hear better, that there's no premature decay in the signal or whatever. So that's great here. So I mean, let's I guess try a couple chords here. Everybody likes a good old-fashioned power chord or whatever. So we're just gonna do a C major power chord. Try that one more time. Very clear. I don't hear any artifacts. And I'm gonna try another more complex chord, because this is just your typical 3-note chord. Let's try something a little bit more complex. I'm going to try a major ninth here, a D major ninth. So let's see. I apologize if that was a little bit too much. I'm just trying to make sure there's no artifacts happening. And I didn't hear a single one, anyone through that at all. And this is just, again, complex chords strumming through. It sounds great. I guess let's just do a little free-form practice or whatever. that slide. What do you guys think? Really smooth, really very smooth, very smooth. And mind you, this is a digital delay. It is a digital delay. The chip itself is digital. Everything else, I believe, from this electronics store is, and by no means digital is not knocking a product at all. It's just a different type of delay. All the parts in this are, high quality analog parts, I believe, except the chip. The chip is a digital chip. Look it up. Again, it's the PT2399. I looked it up myself, just can't recall most of the information I read earlier, but it's a very interesting chip, and you can find them in lots of other products, delays, flangers, cores, pedals, anything that's going to use this type of modulation. But let me play a little bit more finger plucking, see how it sounds. Sounds so beautiful, and I have not touched any of these dials. Everything is at noon, so I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and mess with I suppose it would be the mix. Let's try the mix settings. So we have it at noon. I'm going to turn it all the way down, so it should just be dry signal, I believe. So yeah, that's just dry signal. Yep, coming through. So what I'm going to see is I'm going to shut the pedal off now. Here's it on. Let's see if it does anything to the signal when I shut it off. It doesn't seems like it's completely transparent. Let's see. So this is still off. Let me see if I'm going to turn it back on. It does. It seems like it gives it a very subtle boost. So I don't think you're even going to be able to perceive it from the microphone or whatever, because it is so freaking subtle. But it does give a boost, because I've heard of people using effects, not just delay, just other types of effects, as a boost. So that is cool. Too subtle for me personally. I would probably just use a regular boost pedal. So let's see, it is all the way down to 0%. I'm going to put it up at, I believe this is 9 o'clock. So if this is 12 o'clock and this way on the left side. So that would be either, was that 9 o'clock or, what percentage is that? 25%? 25%? Yeah, so here we go. Let's see how it sounds with this. Yeah. Oops. my fingering all wrong there. Yep, that definitely is reduced in the mix or whatever. So that is the reduction. So this is back to noon where we had it. So check. That's noon. And then I'm gonna go back to where we just had it at, was it 25%? See how you can. Okay, just getting off track. Let's go ahead and we're going to move the mix knob up to 75%. See how that sounds? Ooh. Oops, excuse me. That's very powerful. Whew. That's blowing my socks off. I mean, I'm right here next to the amp. This is 100 watts, by the way. Maybe our ears are just so trash, it doesn't bother me anymore. But let me see. It's very, very overwhelming, I would say. And this is about 75%, so I'm going to crank it up to full 100% mix. Let's see how it sounds. Let's just see what goes on. Oh, geez. I can't even play it, dude. It's like too much. Whoa, that's so much. And that's not bad if, you know what I mean? I don't want anybody to be like, oh God, he doesn't want, no. That's good. It's better to have too much than to be like, oh, dang it. If I could just get a little bit more effect, like, no, that's good because you can always turn it down. You know what I'm saying? You can always bring it back. So that was 100%. I think I liked it right around the 12 o'clock mark. Okay, so we're putting it back on 12 o'clock. Okay. And the next knob we're going to move on to is the repeat knob, I believe. It's an R knob for repeat. Again, this is a very, very beautiful pedal. So the markings are just M, R, and D, which for me, man, I'm one of those people, I'll forget. I'll be like, what was that for? R is for rope, you know, like what? But then you have to be like, it's delay pedal, what does it have? Mix, okay, that makes sense. Repeat, that makes sense. Delay, it makes sense. So again, it's very beautiful, although for people like for myself, I kind of wish it was the full thing. Again, that's a little nitpicky. I'm not trying to sound like I'm just being rude to the creator here or whatever. Let me see. But we're going to go with the rate knob. We're at 12 o'clock right now. And I'm going to turn it down to where we had 0%. Let's go to 0. So we're all the way down, baby. Let me see. What the heck was I playing? It's pretty good. It's hard to tell. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can hear the rate. It's like, it sounds fine. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds fine. Like, I don't say, like, there's nothing wrong with it. Let me see. This is up at 25%. Okay, yeah. And then see, it's like slowly getting more intense. Let me go. So that's 25%. Here's 12 o'clock, or about halfway. Now let's go up to 70%, or should be 75%, or 3 o'clock, depending on how you do your guitar effects. That's crazy. That's cool, man. I can really hear the rate now. I felt like when I first started playing, I was like, what am I listening for? But now, oh wow, can you hear that? I'm sorry I talk so much. It's still going. Check that out. That's cool. That's really cool. It's like a trail off, like echo type thing. So we're gonna max it out. I don't know if this is the type of delay, but some types of delays, if you max out the rate, they go crazy. So get ready. There could be some feedback or something like that. I'm gonna max it out. We're gonna just see what happens. Okay, so this is maximum rate. Oh God. I told you, it's too crazy. But it doesn't. I mean, hey, that's some people, that's what they want. You know what I mean? So that, just be aware that no, this isn't just this delay pedal. A lot of delays do that. So just be aware that it can get out of hand, I guess you say. But that's cool. That's really good. We want it to do that. So this digital delay is capable of doing everything that, you know, an analog delay can, or I don't know why I said analog, an analog delay. And we're gonna move on. So we're back at 50% mix, 50% rate, 50% delay. And I'm just gonna do the classic C major power chord. Technically, I think it's a major fifth, because you're, no, it's not. It's a major, it's just a major power chord. That's what I'm gonna call it. Pardon me. All right, so we got delay at 12 o'clock. We're going to reduce it all the way down to 0% and see what it sounds like. All right, we're at 0%. Same thing, same chord, C major. Oh, yeah. I'm going to shut the pedal off. Just turning it on. Okay, so it's like an echo or like a reverb almost. Let me see if I can get some... Yeah, it's like a freaking reverb. So you buy this bad boy, and not only are you getting a delay, if you know what you're doing and know how to use your ears correctly, then you're getting a reverb too. Not all delays can do that. You can try. I have other delays that I'm not going to plug right now because, you know, I'm not trying. This is the Ideka is the star of the show. We don't want to, you know, bring anybody else into the mix. But I have other delays, and they're more expensive than this. And they, you know, they're from major companies, and they can't do that. You know what I mean? So what's their excuse, right? So let's go ahead and bring up the delay to 25%. All right. So let's check this bad boy out again. That's pretty good. It's not quite, because you see it lost the reverb quality, I'll say. You know what, let me do this. I'm gonna try. This is not 0%, this is not 25%. We're going like somewhere in the middle. So I don't know what is half of 25. That's a 12.5%. So we'll say we're about 12.5%. Let's see what this bad boy sounds like. I think it still keeps the reverb quality. Yeah. Yeah. You can still see or hear it still keeps that reverb, because it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you can picture in your mind's eye, okay, if I strum it like this, see how it just like goes, like it's like a bell, like. But now if I increase the delay to, and this is, I'm just increasing it to 25%, so 9 o'clock, and I'm gonna do the same chord. This is a freaking major, D major 7th. See how you get that, like afterwards, like there's a, it's like a bump. It's like, and that's the delay when it comes in again, like boom. And so it gets you that's when it builds on the delay. And so you need to decide, do you want the sound where it's just a bell ringing and it's just like a pure fat one sound, or do you want that extra bump? Did you hear that? Like how it's like an extra hit. It's like getting hit again. Pow. So now I'm going to take the delay up to 50%, and it should increase the amount of those hits. See that? Instead of that one, now you're getting multiple. Yes, I know my voice is so beautiful. Hear that? So we're going to get more extreme, okay? So this is about, we've done 50% before, so we're going to go bump it up to about 75% or 9 o'clock, or 3 o'clock, excuse me. Oh yeah, that was great. You could hear every single note. There were no artifacts. All the sustain came through. All the clarity came through. So we're going to go ahead and bump it up to 100%. Again, it shouldn't do anything crazy because this is just delay. But brace yourself because I don't know how it's going to react. It could do something crazy if I max it all the way out. Let's find out here. Okay, I think we're safe. I didn't want to do anything too extreme in case. Same thing, man. This thing's, it's just fucking, pardon my French, it's freaking fracking perfect pretty much. You know what I mean? Let's try one more. I'm just going to strum a low note and a high note and see if we notice any artifact. You're listening for artifacts. You're listening for any tone suckage, any volume fluctuations, just any erroneous thing in the signal is what you should be listening for with me right now. Also concentrate on the tone too, but remember, tone is subjective. So this thing could sound like farts in a jar and somebody will like it, but if you play the note and it's like all crackly and it's static and that is objectively a bad signal. Subjectively, someone might like that sound. They might like crackles and stuff like that. That's fine if that's what you like. But we're not looking for that in a high fidelity boutique guitar pedal. Remember, this is a real boutique pedal. This is not, one of those companies that you go online and you throw $200 and they tell you it's boutique because it's pretty or whatever. Like, no, this is real. This is a dude who dedicated his time to creating a circuit and marketing himself and stuff. These are the people that we need to support. But we also need to determine if it is worth our time, because I think it is. This to me sounds beautiful. So let's go ahead. I'm going to play the low E and then I'm going to play high E, see how it sounds. We're going to set it back to noon and then call it a day. Low E. And you can still hear the delay going. All right. And then the high E. Okay. So it seems to be filtering out some of the low end.
This is, I'm assuming, a personal choice of the circuit creator, but if you notice, when I pluck the lowy, you get one strong delay, and then maybe one little weaker delay, and then it pretty much is done after that. And this is with maximum delay setting, okay? But when I go to the high E, I counted about 6 or 7 delays before it's pretty much imperceptible at that point. You know what I mean? So however the engineer chose to filter the sounds, because remember, we are still using a PT2399, and I'm not a electrician. I was an engineer, but not an electrical engineer. So again, I don't know too much about this stuff, but just from what my understanding of what I read about the circuit is, this must be because of how they chose to filter out the low end, because otherwise the type, how this I guess reproduces the delay, it would just sound terrible if you don't use any low pass filtering or high pass filtering, from what I understand. But again, I'm just a guitarist, and thank you for joining me here of the review of the Ideka Electronics analog. It's actually a digital chip, but everybody calls them analog, I guess, because the rest of the circuit is analog. It's really a digital chip. So, but it's a great delay pedal. Thumbs up to them. Check it out, and please support your local guitar shop. Guitar shop and pedal creators or whatever. But I hope you guys had a great time, and I'll catch everybody later.